Welcome back to On the Record. I'm your host, Dennis Morrison, sitting again because my back is giving me too much trouble to stand up like I like to. Festive scene behind me is I'm working on my fireplace project here, getting it ready for Halloween already. It's really, about a month away, a little over a month, and I will show you that in a different video. I've liked Halloween ever since I was a little kid. But anyways, happy first day of fall, 2021. And it's feeling like fall here in Saginaw, Michigan. It is only 54 out, and to me that's cold. But I guess come January that'll feel pretty warm, won't it? One thing I can still do that doesn't cause me a lot of pain and gives me a sense of a little bit of freedom of being able to get out and about once in a while is ride my bike. And yesterday I went over to Bill and Judy to see Bill and Judy at Records and Tapes Galore here in Saginaw, and by golly, they had a nice selection of 78 RPMs for me again. That they let me have these, and some of these recordings are just so incredibly awesome. A couple of them well over 100 years old. So I hooked up my pull-along that I found to my bike, and I rode on over there, and so I was able to bring it all home on my bike without too much trouble. They are wonderful records, and I want to show you some of those today, and I want to play some of those for you today. So I wish you could look around me right now, because I have 4 black cats sitting here, all staring at me. It adds to the Halloween atmosphere. Okay, but the first thing I want to show you is Silvertone record. Silvertone was, of course, done by Sears and Roebuck and Company, and it's from 1915 to 1960 or 72. Excuse me. Sears ended its association with the brand in 72, but it was so ingrained publicly into people that most people still think Silvertone exists as an RCA brand. It does not. But in 1915, Sears introduced a Silvertone phonograph, which was a hand-cranked machine that came in a tabletop and freestanding models, and they were wonderful devices. And all phonographs came with a 2-week money-back guarantee. So, and then Sears began selling Silvertone radios in the 1920s, and of course they were producing the Silvertone Records, which was kind of an economical, if you will, brand label with some really great music. Now, like this one has, and I'm going to play these for you in a little bit. This one has, "Oh gee, oh gosh, oh golly, I'm in love." And on the other side, "My Sweetie Went Away" by the Carolinians, and the other one was by Nathan Glantz and his orchestra. Those are really cool to listen to. The music is just awesome. And then there was several more Silvertone records. This one with Lannon's Roseland Orchestra, and that is really good too. I think you'll enjoy that. Now, I couldn't find online much information on Lannon's, but actually Howard Lannon was one of the few that I did find some information on. Lannon's Roseland Orchestra was conducted by Howard Lannon, and Howard Lannon led the orchestra, performing show tunes, waltzes, and sweet jazz. And Lannon was also established orchestras led by his brother, including Sam Lannon, who was one of the most prolific of recording band leaders under many pseudonyms, and Lester Lannon. And the orchestras of the Lannon brothers gave a start to Red Nicholas, Artie Shaw, and the Dorsey brothers, and other big names in the big band era. So Lannon was very was a very well-known orchestra leader at the time. In 1922, WDAR in Philadelphia began broadcasting the music of Lannon's orchestra as it played at the Arcadia Cafe, a development that Lannon said was the first broadcast of its type in that city. and he also orchestrated or conducted the orchestra for the Atwater Kent Hour and the Campbell Soup Show. The Atwater Kent was, of course, a producer of very fine radios back in the 1920s, 30s. They were fantastic devices, and they had, like many of the phonographs, they had a horn-type speaker, if you will. So really cool stuff. Then I've got Elliott Shaw, also on Silvertone, and Henry Burr. Now, Henry Burr, well, Elliott Shaw first. Very little information I could find on Elliott Shaw, but he was a singer. Obviously, I think he was a tenor, and he was a member of the Revelers and the Shannon Four. So he sang with those. Now, I just mentioned Henry Burr also, and Henry Burr was a Canadian singer, radio performer, and producer, and he was a baritone, and very, 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 very well known in the teens and 20s. As a recording artist, he did record releases on Silvertone, Columbia, and several other record labels at that time. Very instrumental in the early radio. I'm not touching very, very much on the background of these artists because I want to have time to play these for you too. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 12 sides that I'm hoping to play for you. I mentioned also a Nathan Glantz, and Nathan is another one that I couldn't find hardly any information on at all. He had a number of aliases. The orchestra produced many recordings, and that's all I can find, other than he was an American jazz band leader. So they did songs like June Night in 1924, Love is a Gamble in 1924, Oh Baby in 1924, Bye Bye Blackbird. Now that's one that I remember, not from back then, but I remember the song. My mom used to sing that sometimes, Talking to the Moon and Diane. So let me just show you these real quick, and then I'll start playing some of this for you. I love this one. This is a comedy record by the FitzPatrick Brothers, and one side is called Corned Beef and Cabbage, and the other is titled It's Worn Off. So the other side, you can just guess at the title, I guess. But I listened to them, and they are fun. They are really fun. Comedy at that era, 1915 through the 1920s, I just don't get it, but it's fun to listen to anyways. Then there were a couple of really good gospel recordings in here. There's the Shannon Quartet with Christ Arose on the Victor label, and then on the flip side, Henry Burr with Beautiful Isle of Somewhere. And then from Brunswick Records, we have Elizabeth Lennox and Marie Tiffany in singing Abide With Me and Almost Persuaded. So those are the records Bill and Judy got for me and gave to me. They are so generous and so kind. I cannot believe these people. And then I also picked up there yesterday, they had special ordered for my Elton John record collection that I'm rebuilding, a copy of the 12-inch single from 1979, Mama Can't Buy You Love from the Tom Bell Sessions, and then there were Part-Time Love, I think, and there's another one on the other side, too. 3 songs. I held up 5 fingers, but it is 3 songs. So, having said that, thanks for listening to me rattle on, and let's take a listen to the records. I think spinning these discs is going to be a lot of fun, so I know you'll enjoy it. I'll be back with you afterwards. All right, first up, Nathan Glantz and his orchestra, I'm in Love, on Silvertone Records. And here we go. Alright, now also on Silvertone Records, the flip side of the Nathan Glantz recording you just heard is from the Carolinas, and it is a great song. Let's take a listen to the Carolinians. I have Lannon's Roseland Orchestra with First, Last, and Always. Also on Silvertone Records. That was a great song. Now on the other side is a song called Love, and it is again by Lannon's Roseland Orchestra. And let's take a listen real quick. This time, again on Silvertone, we'll get a little bit spiritual with Nearer My God to Thee by Elliott Shaw. Really an amazing rendition, and so, evokes so many images of the era and time when this was recorded. So let's take a listen to Elliott Shaw, Nearer My God to Thee, on Silvertone Records. So here on the flip side of that is Harry Burr with Where's My Wandering Boy Tonight? Another excellent recording on Silvertone Records. Let's take a listen. Let's try a little bit of comedy this time on Victor Records from, and my mind just went blank, from the FitzPatrick Brothers. Abraham Riley is the name of the piece. So let's take a listen. This is comedy back about 1915. A little bit different than what we're used to today, but still cool.
Listen and I'll tell you of a place you all know well, ran by an enterprising man called Riley's Grand Hotel. His customers, they congregate, they come from near and far. You'll hear them sing his praises while they're drinking at the bar. F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y, that's the man you want to see now when you're feeling dry. Always greet you with a smile when you're passing by. Oh, F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y. If you're looking for an argument or itching for a fight, you'll be accommodated down at Riley's Wrong or Right. The hospital is handy where they'll bandage up your head. You'll hear the patients singing while they're sitting up in bed. F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y, that's the man you want to see now when you're feeling dry. Always greet you with a smile when you're passing by. Oh, F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y. If you're a friend of Riley and you should pass away, you'll have the grandest funeral with anything you say. You'll have a railing round your grave to show you're not alone. Right underneath your name he'll have inscribed upon the stone. F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y, that's the man you want to see now when you're feeling dry. Always greet you with a smile when you're passing by. Oh, F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y. When you're on your way to heaven just to lighten up the trip, Riley'll see that you're well hooked with a little on your hip. So you can treat the friends you'll meet as each one comes along, and talk about the good old times and sing this little song. F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y, that's the man you want to see now when you're feeling dry. Always greet you with a smile when you're passing by. Oh, F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y. When in heaven ask for Dan O'Brien or Eisenberg instead, you'll know them for they wear their crowns have cocked upon their head. They're flying all about the place, they only got one wing. They have charge of the angels and they're teaching them to sing. F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y, that's the man you want to see now when you're feeling dry. Always greet you with a smile when you're passing by. Oh, F-E-R-A-H-A-M, R-I-L-E-Y.
On the flip side, we have, again, FitzPatrick Brothers, and this comedy musical routine is called Corned Beef and Hash. I have to start just a couple seconds into it because there's a small chip on the edge of the record, but you don't miss too much. So let's take a listen to Corned Beef and Hash.
Where you ever feeling hungry when the fellas go to sleep, you tie the napkin round your neck and you squat down in the sink. The waiter brings them in your card and he sticks it in your hand. Then you start to order things to eat that's hard to understand. Oysters on the house, shell and it's lobster from the sea. You can eat from soup to nuts for everything you dream. Daniel Webster Scholar, served in Yankee style, and the band is playing ooh la la when you're walking down the aisle. You can have your frogs leg, but the only thing I'll take is a corned beef and cabbage like me mother used to make. Diddle-dee-die, dee-die, dee-die, die, dee-die, diddle-dee-die, die, dee-die, die, dee. The corned beef and cabbage like me mother used to make. Diddle-dee-die, dee-die, dee-die, die, dee-die, diddle-dee-die, die, dee-die, die, dee. When you came into this world, you brought your appetite. There'll be lots of things you'd like to eat until you pass out of sight. And when we're up in heaven, where the best of friends we'll meet, well, we're bound to ask and Peter for the things we like to eat. Oysters on the half shell and it's lobsters from the sea. You can eat from soup to nuts for everything you dream. Down your Webster shower, served in Yankee style, and the band is playing ooh-la-la when you're walking down the aisle. You can have your frogs leg, but the only thing I'll take is the corned beef and cabbage like me mother used to make. Diddle-dee-die, dee-die, dee-die, die, dee-die, diddle-dee-die, die, dee-die, die, dee. The corned beef and cabbage like me mother used to make. Diddle-dee-die, dee-die, dee-die, die, dee-die, diddle-dee-die, die, dee-die, die, dee.
Back to a spiritual side, here we have Christ Arose by the Shannon Quartet on Victor Records. Now, Harry Burr and the Beautiful Isle of Somewhere, which was the flip side to the song which just played. Hope that you'll enjoy this very lovely song. next on Brunswick Records, Elizabeth Lennox with Abide With Me, an awesome Christian classic. For this time on the record is the flip side of Abide With Me, again, of course, on Brunswick Records, and it is called Almost Persuaded, and it is another really nice gospel song. So let's take a listen. Almost Persuaded. Now that was some good music, you have to admit. Definitely different from what we have today. As I have my door open here and I listen to cars roll by here, I hear primarily rap and with language that should not be spoken in private, let alone in music as it's blaring down the road. But that's the times we live in, I guess. The closer we get to Christ's return, the worse stuff like that's going to get. And yes, I do believe that we're close to his return. I pray so. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this, had a lot of fun bringing these to you. Thank you again, my dear friends Bill and Judy over at Records and Tapes Galore. And I love each and every one of you on the other side of that computer screen, and I thank you so much for being here. God bless you. Stay well. Enjoy this first day of fall, and I'll see you again real soon.
Thank you.